Well, I'm a teacher instructor. I teach IELTS at Glossa Prep. Today I'm talking to you as an examiner. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling good.
How do you introduce yourself? Give me a brief introduction.
My name is Shrishti Paurel. I'm from Banastali. I'm a student. I just passed my plus two, and now I'm preparing for IELTS for further studies in abroad.
Okay. What subject you studied in your plus two?
I studied management
Mhm.
from KMC.
Okay. Why have you chosen management field of study?
I'm more interested in accounting and economics
Mhm.
rather than science.
That's why you chose this field of
Yes.
study. Tell me more about your family. I want to know more about your family.
Well, my father is a businessman, whereas my mother is a beautician.
Mhm.
My brother, he studies in class 10,
Mhm.
preparing for his SLC.
Mhm.
Uh, mm, my dad is,
If you have to compare the personality of your parents, how do you compare? Like, my mother is like this, my father is like that. If you have to compare and contrast the personality of your parents, how do you do it?
my dad is more like not so modern. Modern. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. He says like, no, don't do that, don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But your mother is very liberal. Mm-hmm.
Modern.
Okay. Tell me about your role in your family. Like, how do you help your family members? Have you got any specific role in your family?
I've got my old grandparents. I help them for like breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I help mom in kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
preparing foods,
Mm-hmm.
washing dishes.
Mm-hmm.
I help my brother for studies.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he asks for like problems, I do help him to solve it.
Okay. What sort of activities you do when you're among your family members? Say you are with your family, you're with your dad, your brother, your mother, your grandparents. So when you're with your family members, what sort of activities you do when you're with them?
When I'm with them, I talk about what's happening in the world.
Mhm.
What's, news, sharing views on the different topics.
Mhm.
Talking with my brother. I talk about what I experienced in college life, school life. With my mother, I'm very close to my mother.
Mhm.
I share everything with her, like from what happened in the day, in the morning. What did I experience? What did I gain?
Everything.
Everything.
I want to know more about your friend circle. What type of friends do you have, and what type of activities you do when you're among your friends? I mean, you have got friends from your school life, or you have got friends from your college life, and what sort of activities you do when you're with them?
I have a lot of friends, but only few are very close to me.
Mhm.
My best friend, she's currently studying for MBBS,
Mhm.
and a very good friend is also preparing for higher studies in USA.
Mhm.
Um, when I'm when I'm with my friends, I usually go to different to watch movies and to play games like snooker,
Mhm.
bowling,
Mhm.
and to try out different foods in new restaurants too.
Mhm. Okay. Mhm. This is the end of first part. Now I'm taking you to second part. In your second part, now I'm giving you a topic. Your topic is describe a memorable journey you have made. You should say where you were going, how you were traveling, why you were making the journey, and explain what made the journey so memorable. This is your topic. Now you've got a minute time to think. After a minute, you have to speak on the topic. If you want, you can take note also on the topic. Your time is over.
So my today's topic is to talk about the journey, a very memorable journey in my life. Well, the most I've been to many journeys, I've traveled a lot with my parents, with my friends, and the memorial one was the Chitwan, the travel to Chitwan National Park with my family, my uncle, aunt, and my two little brothers. Well, I haven't seen them in 10 years. It's been like I haven't seen them in 10 years because they live in like USA, and I haven't met my two brothers. That was the first time that I met, and we've been to Chitwan National Park. Um, um, um,
At what time you start your journey? How did you travel by bus or whatever?
we started the journey in the early in the morning. We have early in the morning. We've been to a bus. We traveled to a bus, and we reached there at around 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. And after that, we rest for a while in our in our hotel, and and then we go to boating in the river, and we saw many wild animals like deers and peacock, many different animals which I don't know the name actually, and and after we returned, we had a very good dinner, Nepali dinner, and then and the next day, early in the morning, we went for elephant safari. Yeah, it was a very good experience. At first, I was a bit scared because the road was not good. It was raining last night, and then the forest safari was very good. It was well managed, I think. There were many tourists over there. I think we were the only Nepali there. We saw many different animals, and after a while, we went to like museum, elephant museum. I think there was many like skulls of the elephants and many different wild animals, and there was a picture of where the history of the Chitwan National Park was like described, and
What sort of benefit there can be for a student like you from a journey like this?
I think there are many benefits for
Student like you.
student. Like we got to know things practically, like we many different wild animals which we didn't even know about their names and all. And
It is also said that like whenever you go for a journey like this, as a student you could be distracted from your study for many days, for many weeks, because every time you try to concentrate on study, you'll be remembering the journey you had, and it can have negative impact on your studies. What is your take about this?
actually, it was right after I gave my plus two examination. Right after that, my uncle came, and I didn't have any hamper in my studies because I was very free after my plus two examination. I spent a very good time with my little brothers and family.
Generally, when you travel, you are mostly attracted by natural beauty, or you prefer to visit a religious place, or you give priority to historical place. What is your choice?
I give priority to natural beauty. Like we don't in Kathmandu, we don't see any much natural heritage or natural things. in our daily life. We're very busy in our schooling, work, college, um, and we have to travel for a short, even for a short time, to get away from all the stress and from our busy life, and to see and explore the natural thing we have in our country. We have to explore it.
And generally, when you travel, you prefer to travel all alone. You want to travel with your friends, or you always want to travel with your family members, the way you mentioned just now.
Mm. I usually want to spend time with my family more than my friends, because they have always been busy. Um, they always busy from my childhood. I like to spend more time with my family, um, exploring places.
That's the end of your speaking test. The way I suggested before, even today you were very brief. You could not elaborate your answer as expected. Plus, you have to work more on fluency. Though you have got good English, your speech sounded very fragmented because I could see a lot of pauses or fragments in between. You have to be more fluent. And I know it's all because of lack of practice. Okay, you have to be a bit well connected while answering the question. And on top of that, like your expressionless, I could see like you didn't make use of your facial expression. Hardly you brought smile on your face for a couple of times, and there was no use of body language and gesture. You have to play with that. Plus, my suggestion is to make use of features of spoken language. Like you could ask me, sir, can you imagine what happened? To my surprise, to your surprise, if I disclose this matter right now, you may not believe me. Something like this. You could play with some structure so that you could try to attract the attention of your examiner. You didn't do so. But still, you're progressing. I'm happy seeing your progress. All the best for your real exam upcoming days. Thank you. My suggestion is to make use of features of spoken language. Like you could ask me, sir, can you imagine what happened? To my surprise, to your surprise, if I disclose this matter right now, you may not believe me. Something like this. You could play with some structure so that you could try to attract the attention of your examiner. You didn't do so. But still, you're progressing. I'm happy seeing your progress. All the best for your real exam upcoming days. Thank you.